If we're
It
both,
wouldn't
it,
What is
work
that? Wait a
I'm
minute.
me.
confused as to if I'm 25 and this man is 27, right? At this point, we're probably somewhere towards our careers, et cetera, et cetera. Why would you come to me if you see me working and being a full-time doctor and think you're going to take me out of my doctorhood, whatever you want to call it, and then tell me to go be a stay-at-home wife? You could have found somebody that wanted to be a stay-at-home wife. The man that should come to the doctor is the man that's like,
But you
I want my
chose.
wife
But
to be
see,
a
these are the
doctor.
things. These are the things we
That's
vetted
it.
you out for, and you switched up. This is called the bait and switch that y'all
She
typically
she
do.
she ain't switch up though, Darwin.
Well, I'm
She's
saying a lot of.
I
I
didn't
didn't say
switch
she
up because
did. I
I
didn't
swear
listen.
to you, when I
I'm
met my
not
husband,
talking
I
directly to you. I'm
said,
speaking in general. A lot of
uh,
women are doing this. They are presenting that they are cooperative, submissive, and compromising. And then when it comes to a cooperative, submissive, compromising situation, they don't do it, and they already have the ring.
But also y'all act
well,
like
how fast did
life.
we
hold
get
on, Darwin. I
married?
feel like hold
But
on. So hold on. Let me just jump
Hmm.
in right here. I feel like
Telling
this
you, this
Lashia,
shit's going
I
on.
feel like this is a point in the conversation where it would be disingenuous to go further saying that she's switching up because it sounded to me like Bohemi and maybe Lachey. I got Laisha. I might be pronouncing it wrong,
You can call me
but
Bo.
Bo. It sounded to me like Bo is very clear about the type of woman she is. And any man that moved forward dating her had to ignore a whole lot of shit to think he was
That's
getting a
true.
different type of woman. And I appreciate women who say who they are and put that on Front Street. And as a matter of fact, I want to celebrate it so more women can put on Front Street exactly what they
Same here.
bring. So if you don't want, like for me, I could not do it, but maybe there's the public offender. That might be the perfect woman for the public offender.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna say that on the record, but look, but M White, can you be honest? Are women doing it?
I
Are
mean,
women being up? Are women be up front saying, "Hey, look, I am not gonna be submissive, cooperative, and compromising."
That nigga, nigga.
so no,
Are
I'm
women
always
actually doing
I'm,
that?
I'm always trying to be honest, Darren. I think that they're not saying, "Hey, I'm not going to submit. I'm not going to compromise." What they are saying is, "Hey, I've got my own mind. Hey, I've got autonomy. Hey, I'm going to do things my way." And then men are letting that ride without
No,
questioning that
that's
more.
not what's
I
happening,
think
bro.
y'all are missing me.
They are not
I
saying that.
don't do things
Okay.
my way. I talk about things with my partner. We talk about
partner.
our problems. We solve our problems together. We pick and choose what we do in our lives. What I mean by I don't follow nobody, you're not going to tell me what to do
I
without
understand.
consulting me.
See,
You have to act like you're going to have to ask me what I think because this is my life as well.
can't you
But
understand?
also,
Can't you
I
understand how
trust
we're?
my man because we have the same vision for life.
Can't you understand how we're as men interpreting what you say when you say, "I don't follow nobody"? That's whenever we hear that in our ears, we're hearing, "I cannot be led. You cannot lead me. I do not subscribe to leadership." Can't
Look,
you
I think
understand
this
how
is
that
I
comes off?
think this is a
I
good
subscribe to
question.
I
You
partnership.
need
don't
to say
subscribe
that.
to blind faith.
Oh my
That.
That's what
Okay.
But
she's
wait,
trying
I
to
want to
say.
say something.
Yeah.
She's saying she wants to
shit.
talk about it. Not that she won't follow you, but she wants to talk about it. She wants to feel included, is what she's saying.
Obviously, we're gonna
Because it's
talk to
my
you
life.
about it. This is that obviously that we're gonna come and tell you, "Hey, look, I need you over here." We're saying we as men, we're saying if we're gonna give up our monogamy, or we're gonna put our carbs in and invest you and risk being ran through the family court systems and having our kids ripped away from us. When we ask you, we're not saying we're telling y'all just told us y'all didn't like control or brute force. We're asking you, can you come help me here? You're saying that you're gonna reserve the right to say no after all of the risks we're taking in 2025.
Darwin, we need to uplift women who are saying this as opposed to
I
trying
get it. I understand we need to
to
uplift.
uplift.
Yes, I'm saying say it, but we just talked about that in White. They are not being that clear. They are not
Yeah,
being
yeah,
that
yeah.
clear. We know they're not being that clear.
To be fair, I'm saying a lot of things that trigger you, just like you saying a lot of things that
It
trigger
doesn't
me. And
trigger me.
what I'm saying is not that bad. Cause
Listen,
just like you think what you're saying is not that bad either.
it's
And
Right?
only
It's
bad. The
the
only
is
way
it
it's bad.
language.
The only way it's bad if you do not make it clear, like to the side conversation men and one just had. We done seen it time and time on these panels in this space. I have over 1,000 hours in this space. These women are not being clear the way you are. Yes, we should champion with your transparency, but that's not what's happening. These guys are marrying these women, assuming that they would come to a simple request like that. That's critical, and they are not falling in line. They're saying, "Nope, I'm going to do what I want. Deal with it."
All right, can we get
But
Lady
I
Di in there?
don't.
That's not me.
Can we get Lady Di in there? I know she was trying to say something. Go ahead, Lady Di.
So I get what you're saying, Bo, about finding a man where your goals and everything align, right? That's how I found my husband. We had a conversation, and I wanted to make sure that what I wanted, what he wanted, was the same thing. But because of life, right? Stuff changes. So it's not going to be the same thing like what we agreed to many years ago. Stuff is going to happen, circumstances are going to change. So with that being said, right? You have the conversation with your husband, and you look at him as, I don't know if you look at him as the head of the household, as leader. I'm saying head of household. I'm not just talking about with money. I'm just talking about in general, head of household,
Partner.
right? Not partner, but leader, head of household, right?
No, she already said partner.
No,
Oh,
she's saying partner.
okay. So if something, so let's say, I don't know, someone got sick, because maybe you're not going to move if he say, hey, go do this. But if somebody got sick, and the best person to stay home is you, and you have to let go of your job for the whoever the sick person is, are you then going to say no because my career is thriving XYZ, or are you going to say, sure, I'll sacrifice this to help my family? I'm asking
No,
Bo.
of course. Of course you make
Okay.
sacrifices for your family.
So that's to the extreme,
Yeah.
right? Nobody wants to think about somebody getting sick. You wouldn't do it for like something that's not as extreme as that, right? If let's say your job makes money, right? But let's say the business aspect of, or the business goal that your husband has is way more than what you will ever make. And he's showing you, hey, this is what it's going to be in the next 2 or 3 years, right? And you can see it proven with other business owners or whoever. Like it's a proven thing. But he needs help. He can't do it by himself. He wants to trust you, because if you hire somebody, sometimes hiring people will mess up your business, right? And then now you're losing more money. So the best person to ask will be the person he's living with, the person he's sleeping with, the person he got kids with, right? Sometimes you can't even ask your family; they'll mess it up too. So if you considering that, so you, because if he lose money, you lose money.
Mm-hmm.
If you consider that, would you say, hey, yeah, I will sacrifice this, because careers could come and go. You could get fired.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it's permanent. So it ain't like you can't go
And
back.
your husband gonna be right there with you.
Yeah, you're gonna be right there. It's not like you can't go back to it. I'm pretty
Your
sure
boss
whoever
gonna
your
say,
job is will
"Your boss see
understand
you get hurt, get the hell on, Bohem."
your
But I
job will respect you, understand it. They ain't going nowhere, right?
Telling you,
You
right.
could always
man.
get a better
But
job. Shoot, you probably settling with the job you
Better
have.
put your husband
So
first,
would
boo.
you then say, sure, okay, let me do this for our family?
I think I think that you all are assuming that I don't want to sacrifice anything for my mate. That is not the case. It's just that's not going to be the first thing that I like. I'm like, without question, absolutely yes. No, I'm not doing that. It's a conversation. There is a process. We have to process things. We have to look at things moving forward. How is this going to look in the next 5 to 10 years? How is this going to look next year? How are things going to look? I will absolutely sacrifice that,
Can I ask you a
because
question?
I do put my I your spouse does come first to a whole lot of things, but just like anything in life, you're going to have to talk things out, because some things just don't make sense. And here's the thing. One person cannot make that decision. Two people have to make that decision, because the two people in the relationship have the perspectives needed in order to figure out what that is going to look like for the both of them and be okay. So I wouldn't say automatically yes to a lot of things, because we're going to have to sit down and map this thing out. That is who I am. I am a very logical thinker. I cannot just, yes,
But
I am going to sit
let me
down and get the
but it's already
information
right.
needed.
but it's already
Let me
mapped
get
out. I
in
didn't
here.
say it wasn't mapped out. He just gave
No,
you a
I'm
piece of
agreeing with you.
paper.
I said yes.
Okay.
Like to your scenario, I'm saying that. I'm just saying like I don't want you all to misconstrue what I'm saying and think that I think that certain things come before my husband. Absolutely not. Like if I am married to this man, that man comes first. But there are just things that I
It
won't
kinda
do
does
for
sound like
anybody because this is me. This is my life. And at the end of the day, if everybody goes away, I'm still going to have to live with me. So I just like he done come before me. Let me say that.
and that's the problem. Well, I think that